All right, welcome back. This is part 3 of our video for our starting rooms. Last time we took our huddle room and we converted it into this medium conference room here. This time we are going to turn this medium conference room into a divisible room. We're just going to double the length here and have this be our divider. So to do that, I first need to figure out which dimension I'm going to be editing because I can't quite remember. So I can see that currently that is 20 feet. That is 25. So see our dimension here. I just use measure mode or T in my hotkeys. So let's go to project, change dimensions. My width was 20 and I'm going to double it to make it 40. And hit OK. All right. Like last time, try to keep stuff fairly centered and then just expand it out the sides. So we're going to have to do a little bit of moving of our objects. Make that easy on the chairs. I'm just going to delete all but one of them because it's pretty quick to put them back. I'll shift our table, our screens, chair, our video bar, and our credenza. I'm going to bring that all the way over here and then rotate it around, at least for the time being. All right. Before I do anything else, I'm going to grab our divisible wall so we can make sure that it is exactly halfway across. To do that, I'm going to make sure I've got my snapping turned on. I turned this off previously in a project because I was having some problems getting these to stick to the floor and not into the middle of the wall. But let's go ahead. Still in the architecture tab, or I could just look for operable wall. That is the name of our divisible wall object. See, if I drag it up onto the wall, it'll be like a garage door style. And if I keep it on the floor, it'll be a what you're probably would say is more traditional of a divisible room. So see, as I get it close to center, it's going to snap. I want to make sure that my rulers are running all the way across and into the wall and not, for instance, into a credenza. That would throw my measurement off. So you can see that we are snapped to the middle there. Now when I resize this, it's going to stretch out and add some panels. If I need to open or close it, I just make sure I have it selected. Go into the properties, and this position slider will open and close the door. The wall. All right, there's a couple other things that need to get shifted around, namely our lights, and it looks like our microphone. It's going to need to come back into the room with us. All right. Keep on adding our lights back. All right. Alrighty. Now that I've got my operable wall in place, I should be able to just start lining stuff up to duplicate again. So let me line my conference table up, get my dual screens. I like this layout that I had before. I'll just do some more seats. I'll move our credenza back over to here. I'll center it up again. Looking good. All right. Then on this opposite side, I'm going to do a slightly different layout. think I'll do a, oops. You need to undo, that was a CTRL+Z. While I'm on it, you got the whole control layout here if you ever forget anything. For design, photo, 360 presenter mode. All of this stuff is going to be in here. All right, I need to copy a TV over. I think we're going to do a single screen on this side, just as a little bit of a contrast. I'll do the same thing with my video bar. I'll bring this over. All right, bring my TV screen down. Then I'll do a little bit of a classroom seating layout on this side. So I'm just going to come back. I'm going to search for table. I'll grab our standard generic table here and come over to properties. I can put it on casters. And I could edit my dimensions here. So I think I'll do a 4-foot table, 2-foot depth, and I'll keep my height pretty standard. I'll also change my wood on the top to dark oak. I'll turn my frame into a black powder coat. There we go. Looking pretty good. All right. Now if I press and hold Alt, I can duplicate. I think if I do a little bit of shifting here, I could probably get 3 rows in fairly comfortably with room up front for a presenter. All right. And I will grab a podium. Lectern. I'm going to change this to dark oak. I'm just going to keep everything consistent. Even if it's not what I would personally choose. All right. Now for some chairs in here. I could do the rolly chairs, the office chairs that I had in the other room, but I think I'm going to come over and do a different generic chair, kind of these stackable ones. All right. If I need a presenter, a standing presenter at the front of my room, that's an object I'll add by going to Decor. And there's just one called person. There we go. It's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to want a microphone in this room, especially if it's going to be a multi-purpose room. I want to make sure I've got full coverage of the room. And then I'm also going to grab a camera. Oh, and what a great reminder that I need to move the back of my room. To match up here. Actually, let's do like a half and leave some drywall. I like how that looks. All right. Should have flipped my door. Alrighty. Oh, back of the wall. I think I'll put it here then. Our presenter camera. So I'm going to grab a generic PTZ camera. Throw it on the wall here. If I have any concerns with ADA, I can adjust the height here. So maybe I'll do 80 inches, 80 inches. There we go. And then I can take a look through the camera. If it's supposed to be my presenter camera, make sure to pan, tilt, and zoom it. Double check that it's going to work. It looks like this one doesn't quite pan far enough. Since it is a generic one, I can say take a look at what the range currently is. It's currently 90 degrees horizontal. So to remedy that, I could either throw it on my back wall here. Use the auto aim function here just to help point it where I want it. That's always going to have it look at where your camera or where your perspective was. I can see it's going to handle that just fine. Or if I had kept it on this wall, I would have to increase that horizontal pan capability. All right. Either way, this is looking pretty good. I think I'm going to close off our wall here. Make sure I like how it looks closed. Maybe I'll change the color. Something more gray. There we go. All right. Looking like a pretty good divisible space, at least for starters. Again, I can come over here. I can take a look at what it looks like in our high quality lighting mode. Make any adjustments I need to before I shoot off any renders. But I think for the most part, it's looking good. Maybe a little dark this way. I'm going to add one more set of lights. All right. That's looking pretty bright. Great. I think we'll call that video good here. Next time, we're just going to add a couple of passes of decor pieces and then work on our photo mode renders.